From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thanks so much for joining me here this morning for your morning update. Look at some of the rainfall totals we did see. Nothing all that impressive in the valley. Anywhere from 0 to just a few hundredths out towards the north end of the valley. Much more. It was as expected along the coast. We saw over a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch, close to it, that is, in some cases here. And you can see out towards Bernie about 1/4 inch and even 19/100ths of an inch out towards Alturas. All right, so here's what's going on. We got off and on showers here through Friday, dry and warmer through the weekend. And by the way, through Friday for most of us, right? But the coast, I think, even through Saturday. But I do expect drier and warmer conditions for the weekend, and especially going into next week with a big warm-up Monday and Tuesday in particular, but then maybe some more wet weather by especially the latter part of next week. Let's take a look at your Krueger's Quickcast for your Thursday, March 20th. You're heading out the door this morning. It's going to be mainly dry. Now, there may be some showers out towards Del Norte County this morning, but otherwise a dry start to the day for everyone. There may even be some patchy fog for parts of the Sacramento Valley and even some of those mountain valleys as well. So just kind of be aware of that as you're heading out to work this morning. You're getting the kids off to school. So the cold front that impacted us yesterday gave us the gusty winds and, of course, the rain. That's moved on out of here. Got another weaker storm system coming in, a nice band of moisture that's heading our way, but this is not going to be a big rain-producing event. Just some light showers here and there, and the winds, not that much of a factor. Mainly where the winds will be here over the next 24 hours or so will be in Del Norte County, 20 to even 30 miles per hour, but everyone else about, say, 10 to 15. So certainly not the winds that we saw yesterday. So you can kind of see that the forecast model is picking up a little bit on the potential for some fog for the Sacramento Valley as we go into the morning hours here. But there you can see kind of that moisture off to the north and west. Del Norte County, seeing the showers. It does start to kind of spread around Del Norte County into western Siskiyou, northern Humboldt by midday, but still pretty dry for everyone else under the mostly cloudy skies. Let's take you through the afternoon. Here we are at about 4 or 5 o'clock. You see how it's really kind of starting to inch closer to the north end of the valley. So Redding could see a stray sprinkle or a light shower late this afternoon, but still fairly dry here down to the south. And you can see some light snow flurries in the higher elevations between 3,000 and 4,000 feet, but the heavier rainfall really getting hit along the coast here for Del Norte and Humboldt counties. Let's take you through tonight. And you can see about 10 o'clock, we're still seeing most of the rain along the coast. Still some snow flurries off to the north, but it will be dry for pretty much everyone else. So here's a look at the Mount Shasta Ski Park. No new snow over the last 24 hours, but we're still at about 120 inches out at that summit depth. There may be some patchy ice, especially around Snowman Summit and the Ski Park Highway, but otherwise you've got mainly clear conditions. Always pack those chains, though, if you're heading up to the mountain. There you can see the forecast snow totals. Not much here, but we still are going to see a potential for some light, fresh powder over the next couple of days. Taking a look at the chain requirements this morning, you can see on Highway 89 between Mount Shasta and Bernie, there are some chain requirements there. On Cedar Pass, there are chain requirements there as well. Highway 44 southward, especially as you head towards the Tahoe region, you are seeing some chain requirements, but elsewhere, clear, but keep in mind there's always going to be that potential for some patchy ice, especially this time of the year. Conditions should improve through the afternoon, but with some of the light snow that we will see today, we may see some minor accumulations, mainly above 4,000 feet. So yeah, sure, maybe still a few chain requirements in the eastern mountains, but I think Buckhorn Summit, Highway 299 west, 36 west should be okay. I-5, even Highway 89, most likely not seeing much in the way of snow on the roads there either. That's, of course, through tomorrow morning. Here's what we have for your forecast for today, though. Upper 50s to low 60s in the valley. Mainly in the 40s for the higher elevations, and looks like in the low 50s for the coast. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast here for the valley, All right, so we do have mainly cloudy skies. There will be some peaks of sunshine in there, including Reading. Looks pretty ominous, right? But this is just to kind of help to illustrate the fact that we may see a brief sprinkle or a light shower late this afternoon. That could include even the Red Bluff area as well. Maybe some morning showers. In fact, there most likely will be some light morning showers on Friday, drying out by the afternoon. And then this is when we start to dry and warm things up. We're talking low to even some mid-80s for those daytime highs as we do go into next week. For the coast, off and on showers through Saturday. That's the case for inland and for Trinity County, but then we dry things out by Sunday and early next week. For Siskiyou, Modoc County, and the eastern mountains, dry by Saturday, and then really by Friday afternoon, and then dry throughout the entire day on Saturday. And there you can see those temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s to even some low 70s by Monday and Tuesday of next week. All right, that's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast. We do want to remind you there's a free 24-hour streaming channel available on all platforms for Weather NorCal, whether it's weathernorcal.com, the free Weather NorCal app, Fire Stick, Roku. Anywhere YouTube is available, you can watch the 24-hour streaming channel. And also, anywhere YouTube is available, including your TV, you can watch the latest video forecast on demand. So you can see the big stream of moisture that's coming right here. See that nice band of moisture? This is going to bring us the mainly cloudy skies. And where we're really going to see most of the rain will be on the coast, parts of Trinity County and western Siskiyou County. We're not going to see as much for everyone else, but there will be those chances throughout the day today and especially tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at that on Futurecast here. So you can see as we go through midday, as mentioned earlier, it's going to be mainly Del Norte County, kind of the center of it all. Of course, northward, right over the Pacific Northwest. And then even central and western Siskiyou County starting to see some showers. But it's still dry for everyone else. By the time we get into about 3 o'clock this afternoon, now we're starting to spread southward into most of Humboldt County, all of Siskiyou County, Modoc County, even starting to see some activity out towards Lassen County. And see this? We could see a stray shower mid-late afternoon for places like Reading, Anderson, and maybe even Red Bluff. You see how that kind of breaks apart though. By 6 p.m., it kind of pushes a little bit more to the north. It's mainly along the coast where we're seeing that feed of moisture giving us the heavier rainfall there. So more of the way of that steady rainfall for the coast through a good portion of the day, especially Del Norte County. Now by tomorrow morning, it's going to spread over the entire region. We're going to be looking at light showers across the region. Snow levels still somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 feet. Light snow, so no major problems on those mountain highways, but there may be some new chain requirements that may result from some of that snow that we do see tomorrow morning. But by midday tomorrow, you see what's happening? We're starting to see it break apart again. The valley is starting to dry out, mostly cloudy skies, but we're still seeing that steady rainfall for the north coast. And we're still seeing some of that upslope shower activity east of the valley. It breaks apart even more by Friday afternoon, 5 p.m., whereas most of that rain, once again, mainly for the north coast. So we're going to continue to see that wet weather here. And then look at this. By Saturday, you see what's happening? We're not really seeing a lot for the coast, but still a chance for a few showers there, but mainly dry and mostly cloudy skies to start off the day on Saturday. Saturday around the middle of the day, where are we still seeing the showers? Mainly Del Norte County, but even parts of northern Humboldt County could see a chance for showers. Then by Saturday afternoon, those chances do diminish, and we're dry for everyone, including the coast, by Sunday. So with that constant stream of moisture pointed at especially Del Norte, northern Humboldt, you can see the bullseye of where the heaviest rainfall will be. Possibly over 2 inches of rain there. But you see much less out towards Trinity County and even a smaller amount in the valley. We could get upwards of 1/4 of an inch for places like Reading, but south of that, less than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall, and maybe a little bit more as you head off into the eastern mountains in Modoc County. Now, as mentioned, minus the coast, seeing the heavier rainfall, that's also going to equate to a very minimal amounts of snow, especially over the lower mountain communities. Now, yes, you can see some of the higher peaks here. We are seeing upwards of 1 foot of snow or more, but that's mainly above 5,000 feet. And the ski park will certainly see some of that snow as well, but it's not going to amount to much. So, you take a look at Futurecast. There's Saturday, that chance for showers for the coast. Then we go into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. Nice big ridge of high pressure, diverting all of that energy up to our north. But if you look right here, you see this storm system right here. Depends on which model you look at. This is the American forecast model, and it's not very aggressive with the rain for, say, Wednesday, Thursday, or even Friday of next week. But if you're looking at the European forecast model, by Wednesday night into Thursday, we'd be looking at a good swath of moisture over Northern California, giving us some decent rain. So as of right now, I do have the chances for showers. I'm going to hold off until next Thursday that we start to see those chances for showers, but it could be here as early as Wednesday, depending, again, on which forecast model you look at. We'll have to kind of wait and see, but I'd say sometime around the middle to latter part of next week, we're going to be looking at more wet weather. And, the Climate Prediction Center is kind of picking up on that, putting us back into the wetter than normal category, indicating that, yeah, there are some of those signatures and signs that we may see some more wet weather near the end of next week. Here's a look at your lake levels. We're still seeing those positive numbers. That's what we want to continue to see. And with the rain that we did see over the last 24 hours, that does help. The historical average still over 100% and still well over 80% for most of us in that capacity when we look at Lake Shasta, Trinity Lake, and Lake Oroville. Hey, again, a quick friendly reminder, just like to every couple of times a week, remind you that we're going to be looking at things like this, red flag warnings and fire weather watches like we're seeing here in this central United States. And really over the last week, this has been the case over many parts of the central United States, seeing that high fire danger, gusty winds, and very dry conditions. And this is something we've got to remind ourselves that as we get into and closer to the summer months, that we've got to start thinking about that dispensable space, making sure that you've got the brush cleared out, of course, blackberries, poison oak, the works. So if you have a lot of property, you got to make sure that you're doing that and making sure that you get that defensible space and get that brush removal out there. All right, so let's take a look at your temperature outlook and beautiful warmer weather. As the National Weather Service likes to say that there will be an elevated heat risk. Listen, when we're talking 80 degrees, we know and we're used to that. That's not a big deal, but it certainly is not the most common time of the year for us to see temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. But look at this, a nice temperature trend working its way upward for the second half of the weekend and early next week. But then they go back down again a little bit back closer to reality by Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This here is also that indication of that chance for some wet weather near the end of next week. So this begs the question, when's the first time that we typically hit 80 degrees or records have shown? 1920 was the first time, 87 degrees. February 8th of 2016 and 2022, a little over 80 degrees too. So, all right, so we've gone beyond that. So the next question is, how about 90? Well, we hit 93 degrees in 1914 on March 17th. March 21st, 90 degrees in 1925. And the last time we hit 90 degrees or higher was March 31st, 1966. Could we get to the 90s before the end of the month? I don't think so. I mean, we're going to be looking at temperatures mid-80s, but sometimes we talk about temperatures mid-80s and then it actually gets more like the upper 80s. So it may be flirting with the 90s, and we'll see. But it certainly is getting a lot warmer, especially for the beginning of next week. Looking at your wave heights, I don't see much change from today to tomorrow, as you can see here. So we look at the marine forecast for today. You see the winds are from the south at 10 to 15 knots. As a result, with these higher waves too, we've got a small craft advisory out there this afternoon and through Friday afternoon. And again, that's just a result of those wave heights not changing much. Those temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 50s for Trinity County today. We take you out towards southern Humboldt County, Rio Dell 51, 52 for a high today in Alder Point, and Blue Lake about 53 degrees. Up north, 53 degrees in Orleans, 54 degrees in Willow Creek, and Smith River about 53 degrees. Off and on chances for showers for the coast through even Saturday. Here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures in the 40s and, not quite reaching that 50-degree mark for most of us, so still a bit on the chilly side. Mid-40s for most of us in Modoc County today, 45 degrees for Alturas, Aden about 44, and Fort Bidwell 43 degrees. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, temperatures in the 40s, even some 50s, like Paradise at 55, 57 in Quincy and Greenville, 56, but where it will be cooler, like Shingletown, 48, even cooler in Biola at 41. and 43 degrees in Mineral. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Your temperature is in the low 60s. There will be some peaks of sunshine, I think, today here, but where more of the cloud cover will be up to the north. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast for Chico, mostly cloudy. First day of spring is today, by the way. Happy first day of spring. Still some showers possibly for Friday morning, drying out for Friday afternoon, drying out and warming up for the weekend. We're talking low to mid 80s by Monday and Tuesday of next week. Let's take you up to the north. 52 degrees for Lakehead, 57 in Bella Vista, 58 for Palo Cedro. There are those mainly cloudy skies. Now, we may get to see some peaks of sunshine this morning, but those clouds will be on the increase through the afternoon. So we'll call it mainly cloudy here for Redding. And as mentioned earlier, there is a slight chance we could see a stray shower by mid to late afternoon. It won't amount to much. It won't be much to cancel any outdoor plans over. And then by Friday, those morning showers and then turning over to drier and mostly cloudy conditions here for your Friday. Dry for the weekend, temperatures in the low to mid 80s for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's your morning update. I'll be back again at noon. Have a great morning.
Caltrans is doing the best that they can with the amount of people and the amount of equipment they have, and they're out there trying to keep the roads safe and trying to keep everybody running, because if the roads shut down, truck drivers that are paid by the miles aren't making any money. So we want everybody to put chains on for the safety of themselves and the safety of the public. It's not worth it to drive without chains.